Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Total War for Harad campaign. We're in a bit of a tight spot here. We've been forced to, I think, pull back from Harad because there are just a lot of Haradrian forces here in the fog of war, and I don't think we can hold it with what we have now, and I really want to defend Akasanabon. Over here, we're under siege again, very annoyingly, in 2 settlements. I think we can handle it, though. What we're going to do is attack this army with this army. I know that we've got a lot-ish of forces inside Adabara, but I'd really rather not lose it. It is one of the few places where I can train some, some good guys, Southron skirmishers. Even though this is only a Tier 1 unit, we can't train them everywhere. We can't train them in Caras Nann, for example, which has far less interesting stuff for training. So if I lose Caras Nann, I think we can get it back. I think we can deal. What I may do, actually, is see what this army looks like if we were to sally. Let's do that. Okay. If I had 1 archer unit, well, yeah, I think we're going to stick around. We're going to go back into the settlement because if we attack them, they're able to hit us very effectively at range, and we don't have any answer to that. We've got some light cav, but it's not going to be enough. So we're going to hit this army down here and hope that we can get back in time before they get rams and stuff. The other thing I'm hoping is that maybe us putting Parchereb under siege is going to draw their attention away. So let's do that now, but first let's recruit a couple of mercenaries because there are some available. Some horse archers would come in very handy. That got us a notorious brigand, which is a little bit of extra cash. And let's get the Southron spears. We've got enough money right now to support it. Then we will put Parchereb under siege. I'm a little annoyed at this guy because he might just hit me next turn, and then we're going to end up, taking Parchereb. This force can probably reach my besieging army. So we'll see if they do that. It doesn't look like they should be able to, but the AI can sometimes get an extra little tile of movement. Over here, we've also got this. So we're under siege in both places, in Akarn and in Lug, and Khand is just churning out just enough troops to make me have to scramble a bit. So I guess we got to get a few more troops here. Maybe we can get away with, with that. We've got this guy that we can use to send kind of wherever. Now in here, I think we have a better chance of holding off if they assault. Here we don't, because they've got a family member and they've already got a couple of rams. These guys haven't gotten around to building anything yet. So I think this is our priority. Whoops. Don't do that. We'll hit them. They're going to fight. This is just a noble. And it's a cav unit. They don't have any ranged. But we do. And we've got, a little bit of cav, a little bit of infantry. It's going to be rough, though, because their cavalry is as we've seen, kind of disproportionately dangerous. At least to the stuff that I'm bringing around here. I mean, this guy's great, but he's not going to be around forever. Okay, I think we want archers front. Skirmishers kind of blocky to the side, and then like this. Reinforcements are going to come from just straight ahead. Okay. It's not much. It's like just enough to kind of plausibly hold the town. So I don't even know if I want to bring them on because we're going to you know, lose a lot of them. They could get routed very quickly by just that unit of the bodyguard riders. Maybe as we get closer, I'll start to bring them on. I don't know, though. Yeah, let's just do this, because I want to be very careful how I'm engaging. If I see their bodyguards start to go after these guys, then I'm going to have to go and chase it with my cav, and then their cav's going to come after, and then we're going to get in a cav slugfest. I mean, I could get around up to the left, but too late. We're committing here. Alright, they're just going to withdraw. They're going to withdraw through my guys, it looks like. Alright, let's get them out of the way then. I will leave these guys here. Oh, did I get my cav caught? Oh, that is so stupid. Alright. That is terrible. Now let's see what they do here. Are they going to engage? Very interesting. I mean, we're going to lose a bunch of these guys, but we are killing some of them. Right, those guys just fled off the field. Alright, let's get my archers down then. Alright. Alright, they lose a family member. And they're going to lose these axemen too. We'll just let the archers deal with them. Okay. Alright, clear victory. And we didn't lose that many men. We lost more cavalry than I would like. But I don't think we had that many to begin with. So that's one battle. Now what I want to know is if we can turn around and deal with this guy, like, plausibly. Okay, we didn't rout them all because enough of their cav got away. Okay. I think I got to keep all those guys in there. Let's do this. We're not going to be able to retrain these guys for a long time anyway, so we may as well make useful units out of them. And, yeah, there's those very expensive mercs, but I'm not going to get those. We're going to come back here. This looks really dangerous, though. Maybe I should pick them up. Let's play coy, though. We've got a little bit of time here. We've got a few units. Oh, and right, we could do this too. Yeah, let's hit this guy. He's probably gonna move away. All right, I could hit him with this unit. Let's actually do that, and then we'll see if anyone comes out of the city. I don't necessarily want to take it this turn. Oh, I mean, we do have the opportunity, don't we? Yeah, this is a great opportunity. Okay, I wasn't planning, and maybe we won't get it, but maybe we will. The reason I don't necessarily want to take it is because I want to put it under siege to pull, preferably the army that's besieging Caras back in this direction. Okay, we've got good units to deal with their bodyguard. Okay, right there. He's going to come from there. And then we've got archers. Or they've got archers. They're going to be who knows where. But let's use our horse archers against their archers. And let's send these guys just against wherever they're going to be. Where are they? They're way up the top of this hill. Well, that kind of stinks. They're going to be standing there. Alright, I'm going to walk. Like to kill this guy. This unit, like, they used up all their movement. Alright, let's actually go for it. Let's go for it. What am I doing? I ruined that charge. Alright, are they moving? If they're moving, now we can go. It looks like they're staying still. Nope. I think they are moving. Alright, if we can't get them, we don't get the city. Alright. Alright. We still may not get the city because of whatever these guys are going to do. If they're going to march off the map really fast. So far, they're not firing on us. So we may lose these mercenaries if they get a couple of good shots, which they probably will. We're firing too, but look how much we lost there. It's like a dozen units. Oh my gosh. Alright, they're reforming. And notice how they don't skirmish away, they pull out their long spears. This is just terrible. You know, you hope to like feint a charge. Okay, but sometimes it does work because they get into melee mode and then you can pull them away. Okay, let's move. I guess just keep moving around them. Maybe Whirlwind would be useful here, actually. I never use this. I just want to keep these guys alive long enough and kind of pin the tribesmen here. Oh, they're turning. Okay, we're definitely going to use the horn technique. Are they skirmishing away? Alright. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Alright, we got to get all of them. We should be able to. And then, let's see if we have movement points to get into the city. And I think we should, because we, yeah, we basically started adjacent to it. Nice. Alright, Parchereb is ours. There's no population here, so we're just going to occupy. And unfortunately, we can't quite get there with this army. Guess we can with these guys. So the skirmishers are going to have to wait a season. But inside here, let's see what we can do. Alright, there's Groves of the Shadow. I'm not a fan of this. Interesting. Okay, and this is so small. The way this works is if it's like an outland or something, or if it's just if the population is, or maybe no, it's the fact that I can't build these myself, right? These are not doing anything for me. So as you can see, it's still Ways of Darkness. If we check out the breakdown, this is giving 50% from buildings, but what that really is this. Ways of the Shadow called 50%. So it's the region, not this building. So we can safely get rid of that. Let's lower the taxes, though. Get rid of the control posts. But we're going to have to keep the fiefdom, I think. It's not ours. Because, as you can tell, this takes 10 seasons to build and 6,000 million. It really shouldn't. But eventually we are going to get these guys. Like, it's just a tier 1 building that'll allow us to train them. And then it's the usual, you know, kind of boring stuff. So, yeah, alright, we get Parchereb. Let's just check the public order everywhere. And, yeah, let's think about this. This army is bigger than mine. I'm a little worried about him. So let's come down here. If they want to hit us, they'll have to come away from the cities to do it. And I can retreat. I can still move away. Now, you know, this... I'd love to get this. This is just a rebel settlement. Doesn't even look like there's much there. And this would... Let's see, what is this? Kandian dryland. So it's not going to be great. It's not a homeland or anything, but, you know, it'll be an easy, safe place to take, get some trade income. But I just don't have the men right now. Now, we do have this cav unit. Let's bring them up. I feel like they're more needed up here. And yeah, let's do that. Train that again. Let's do Swords of Harad. We can help them, help these guys with it or something. And you... Okay, we've got just no space to hire these mercs. Let's see, theoretically, I could take this guy and move him a few steps in this direction, hire the mercs, then with their full movement send them up to Carenbad. I'm not confident that they could get there, though. And even if they could, you know, how much help would they be? On the other hand, I could send these horse archers there right now. Maybe that's the thing to do. But I don't know what this army has. Well, let's do that. I think this is actually the smartest move. These horse archers are going to go right here. And let's watch that movement in case there's a hidden army or something. Okay, I think we're good. We're in place. Let's get down here. Hire the mercenaries. And now we're going to sally. And again, it's a couple of archers. It's their Serpent Black. So a lot of arrows, but we've got now 3 horse archer units. And the balance of power seems to like us. So if we get our guys out of the city in good order, you know, and time things well, maybe we'll force them away. I'm not saying that would be the best option. Like, ideally, it would be kind of nice to wipe them out. Or no, ideally, we force them away so we don't have to risk any losses. Then, alright, let's just leave this guy up here. Where are they? And then in this fantasy scenario, after we force them away, Harad comes down and kills them.
The reinforcements are here, but will they be enough for final victory?
Alright, now is the time to run when these Parchereb tribesmen are not able to fire. So as soon as you guys get out here... Alright, they'll follow those orders. Great. So they're going to come to some position at the corner of the city. And if they think they can win, they're going to stop and form up and wait for me to approach. And we'll take, you know, a goodly amount of losses getting into position because of all these archers. But if they take a lot of losses in this phase, maybe they'll just withdraw, but they are getting there. I want to see the Serpent Black go farther away, right? But this is good. We're killing a good amount of them. They're wavering already there. Alright, we can get close to the city. Because if they want to follow me, you know, they're going to have those city gates to deal with. Let's do the old whirlwind trick again. Just to maybe reduce casualties. These guys are reforming. We are going to take a lot of losses, aren't we? Right, and I guess we have to give an attack order to get our guys spinning. And honestly, I don't know how effective this is. Alright, you gotta, maybe they don't really have the room. Okay, they just gave the flee order. Perfect. Their bodyguard is still gonna shoot while he's on the move, but these guys won't. So we take out the Parchereb tribesmen. We know they can't train anymore now. We've got the city. Let's get away so we don't get sucked into a melee. Great. Mercenaries did what they were supposed to. They took the losses. They caused a bunch of casualties. They preserved the army in the city. And they saved us from the siege. That is awesome. That bought us just enough time. Yeah, we'll continue. We'll shoot all of these guys. Nice. Caras safe. At least for now. There's another army kind of on the way from Harad. Lost 20 nomadic riders. Very good. Their family member is going to go back towards which is under siege. So let's get our assassin over there. Alright, there's another army. At least one unit of swords and a family member. Alright, there's the guy we just pushed back. And Harandor, you know, they're getting there. Gradually getting it together. Okay, we saved Caras, and we can get into the city, but I don't think we can retrain these guys. We can retrain these. We may as well. Let's get another unit. And here we'll hit this army. They're going to fight. It's 4 swords. Ooh, and 3 units of cav. But no long-range stuff. You know, when I ended the episode last time, I thought we were going to maybe do one battle, 1 or 2, but I wasn't expecting we were going to do all of this. So, you know, I don't want to jinx it here, but I feel like we're going to end this in a much better position than I expected. Alright, they've got 1 army. It's going to be probably straight in front of us. And our reinforcements are going to come from there. So let's grab this ridge. I mean, they're not going to be down here. They're probably going to be up there. But just in case they're straight in front of us looking to charge, we'll do this. Get our token spear units. And then just a couple of light cav. Yeah, alright.
Reinforcements have come, and your strength grows once more.
I should have put those reinforcements under AI control, probably. Then they would have all come out together. So, let's use these guys. Oh, okay, they're going to leave. Great. I don't think it's worth pursuing them. You know, we're going to get some kills, but we don't have any horse archers to get free kills. And if we get into melee, they're going to kill a few of our guys. So it would be nice to wipe out this stack, but it's better to save the city. We can continue training those skirmishers down here and, you know, get enough stuff that we can go west with maybe this army. If Harandor is going to do well in you know, the good thing is now we have Parchereb. The bad thing is now we have Parchereb. Because if Harandor does take then they don't share a border with Harad anymore. That means they're going to be looking for another target.
Victory is ours, mighty one. Orders. Orders.
So we need to be ready for that. Let's take you. And let's go west. There's that army. We can pursue that and wipe them out. And then go towards Athendad. That's kind of the plan. And, you know, we'll have to think about this. We've got an army over here that we could use as defense for this area if Harandor gets, you know, jumpy. Okay, but I think everything is done that I can do right now. These guys are probably going to recalibrate. Maybe they'll go after Lug again, which would be bad because I don't think I can beat them now. So I may have to get those expensive mercs. But we're training everywhere we can. We're building in Akasanaban. So I guess that's that. Yep. So this could be real bad for our economy if we you know, lose Habad. Let's see. I don't know if we want this guy. He is youthful, but he's unintelligent. He's a casual fighter, which is just neutral. Where is Abia? Let's check the family tree. Alright, she's a daughter of this guy. Where's this guy? Umbar of Athencaris. Okay. So that means that if we accept this marriage, the son, or the son-in-law, should spawn in Lug, right? So I want him because... yeah, perfect. Now we've got a cav unit over here. All right, it's worth checking sometimes. The message makes it look like you can't do anything, but you can actually check the family tree, figure out where that adoptee or son-in-law is likely to spawn in. All right, archers. Now they're not pushing for this anymore. They're going back. It looks like they're going to try to defend
Yes, mighty lord. My liege. Move out. My liege.
Okay, cav. Let's bring the cav over. Archers up. Geez, archers. Yeah, archers up. I really want to get conned sort of out of my face. And this guy is hardly moved. And they don't have rams yet, so that's awesome. We've still got some time. So I can pull some of these units together. Let's see, I can get you over here. Can I get you on the same tile? Oh no, not quite. Well, we can get him close enough to reinforce. Look how close that is. Okay, right up here. And we've got mercenary dragon shield riders and Variag mercenaries. Jeez. It's tempting because we're still, I think, outnumbered. And we don't have any horse archers. We also have close to 12,000. Let's see our income. Okay. 1137 is projected profits, but that's with Harad, which we're probably going to lose. So that would eat up all of that and probably put us into a debt spiral again. Alright, what are we going to do here? We've got some cav going up that way. I think we want some better units around Caras. Okay, and now we can take out this army. So let's just check supplies. Should be fine. Yeah, well supplied. Okay, and I think I've got the army I want. You know, within reason. Gosh, we've got... Okay, this is actually hurting our economy a little bit. Only a little bit. And it's expensive to rebuild. But it does have an impact on experience. That's why my guys that I'm training now are coming in with 3 bronze chevrons instead of 1 silver. So I guess it's worth it. I kind of want to do this too. We get archers, we get swords, we get light cav. And basic, you know, Southron spears. This would be... It's a really good building. But 6,000 is a lot of money. So let's spend 3 now retraining. And let's go west. Alright, they're going to back off and allow us to hit them again. Same army, of course. A lot of calves, so we're going to have to watch that. We can't really contain it, is the problem. We've got enough skirmishers that we would do a good amount of damage to them if we've got them on, you know, engage at will, or whatever the, you know, not skirmish, basically. Okay, the terrain is good. They might be back there on a slight rise. Alright, they're not even going to try to do that. Let's run forward and see if we can get some shots without having them rush us. I mean, we do look like a pretty intimidating force up there on that hill, but it's mostly because of the ranged. So let's get our guys not skirmishing. And we're not close enough to shoot yet, huh? Okay. Just want to get just barely close enough. Not quite. There we go, yeah. If you go a little too far, then, you know, they can rush you when you're still marching. Because they know exactly how close you have to be to shoot them. Okay, they're setting their footmen up. Those are nice, easy targets for us, but kind of a waste of our arrows in a way. I imagine they'll all rout as soon as they get close enough to our skirmishers. Wavering, shaken, gonna take a bunch of losses. Yep. Alright, now come the swords. Good. Now, they're only led by a captain, so the morale is going to be pretty low. But they're intimidated. Alright, they're close enough to throw javelins. But, so are we. Nice. Right, we're going to lose some archers here. We only lost, like, I guess one guy to javelins. Maybe two. Alright, that is 2 of their sword units. They've got 2 more, and then 4 cav. I'm just going to keep my guys shooting into the backs of these swords so we get them all gone. Alright, we're actually, some of our guys are close enough to hit these swords, so I'll just let that happen too. Alright. Yep, that's why. A little worried this is going to happen. Not much we can do about this. We do have our javelins here. I mean, obviously I could order them back, but... yeah. And I really should have done that, because they already used all their arrows. Alright, skirmishers, I was really hoping would take care of this. But they must not be firing because of our archers. We're going to just lose that unit. Alright, that was a good little kill for them. Okay, so we're going to do this differently. Now, this is our new group. So the archers that are out of ammo are not going to be in the front line anymore. I don't think. Okay, you guys are, but whatever. Move you back. Oops, did not what I meant to do. Man, I hate this. I'm so slow with this keyboard.
Perfect. The enemy general has been killed. Now we will see the measure of his soldiers' courage.
Alright, all the cavalry come back. Okay, they're changing their mind. Alright, since the swords are coming up, we'll just move the cavalry and hit them. Okay, nice. As always, very sloppy with my archers. Yeah, I lost a couple hundred. Or, I guess not quite. We still have a spy over here. And we've got actually a few spies, because we were training them out of Harad. So we've got you as a spy, we've got you as a spy, and we've got one more who's stuck in the city. But if this falls, which it probably will, he's going to just get out of the city. So that's not going to be that big of a problem. Okay, I now know what's in Athendad. It's less than half a stack. This stuff doesn't look super scary right now. So why don't I just go ahead, move all the way over here, you know, get some space ready for a theoretical mercenary unit that might appear. And what do I do with you? Like, we could go back and we could relieve Harad right now if I thought I was not in imminent danger of losing it. Let's send the spy over. Yeah, there's nothing else around here. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Now, I could also do this, right? We could hit Caras Nann, and there's nothing there. We could go for Umbar. Oh, man. If we go for Caras Nann, I think that's a good move. Then they'll have to come back and hit us, in which case we get the city. If they don't, we can go and hit them to relieve Harad. If these guys turn around to come back, then, you know, that kind of opens us up to take Athendad. They can't really hit us with that much right now. I mean, I know I could take these armies out, but really what you want to be doing is aiming for cities, right? So let's do that. Let's go for Caras Nann. Let's make sure, right, that there's not a big army. And I can also try to uncover... Yeah, there's an Umbar. So at least I can see now that there's 4 units there, including a family member. All right. You can come over here. Let's get into the woods. Let's grab that spear unit. And let's besiege Caras Nann. Alright, we're going to do that. A couple towers and a ladder. This is their ruler. I would be happy with besieging and taking this. I'd be interested in that. I mean, my armies are... It's a little light, but... What else they got? They got 2 other units there. Alright, 3 seasons for control posts. You know, if they go for Akasanabon, well, I guess that's what this army's for. I think this army could take that. Alright, Karenbad. Again, really tempted to build something slightly better for recruitment, but I don't think I quite have the cash for that right now. Okay. Are we building... Yeah, we're building Dominion up here. Alright. That's just my rogue moving into position. So Harad, whatever happens, Harad was not able to kick out Harandor. What is Harandor going to do? They failed to take it. Alright. I think that's good. It buys me a little bit of time, right? Because the sooner Harandor takes this, the sooner I'm going to have to think about fighting Harandor as well. Alright, I rebuilt my tribal councils. So now these guys are going to be retrainable for the higher XP. Alright, 1551. I might consider that. But for now, very interestingly, the Harad army moved away. They just moved away from that. Wow. Okay, I think I'm going to move this army. We're supplied. I think if we spend another turn on enemy territory, we might be less supplied, whatever that trait is. So we're going to end the turn up here. That's in a threatening position to hit Athendad next season, or reinforce Akkas Anabon if that comes under siege. We've got an emissary in there, so at least it can't be bribed. Theoretically, there could be a spy inside. Hard to tell. 40% seems like pretty standard levels of unrest for this mod. So, they might try to take it back, you know? We're making 1551. Okay, so we could assault Caras Nann and then have 2 cities on the coast. Let's see what they get inside. Okay. Cavalry, yeah, I think we can do this. This is obviously the most dangerous unit, 49 men, but we've got the, you know, equal numbers of that with our 2 bodyguard units. And we've got archers to hit them from afar, we've got skirmishers, and we got spears. Alright, we're going to do it. We're going to hope it works. 2 siege towers and 1 ladder. That's... We'll have to see how the walls are set up. But honestly, the only thing they can put on the walls is that unit of skirmishers. So we can get around them, I think, pretty easily. We can't see where they're going to set up initially, but if, you know, yeah, like we go here. This is probably overkill. But if we put, like, our tower there, we put a tower here, and we put the ladders here. Alright, let's just send those guys. And let's actually, yeah, go right there, and then we'll capture towers. They're not even on the walls. But I guess I may as well move this guy up so they can start to go over here. Alright, here's their bodyguard, the ruler of the Empire of Harad, now basically the Empire of Umbar. Here is their skirmisher unit, okay. So if we capture, you know, 1 or 2 of these towers, we can start shooting down at them, if they stick around. And in the plaza, they're tribal cavalry. Alright, let's speed up time.
Your siege towers are at the ladders have reached the walls. Your men will soon be on the city defenses.
Alright, so as soon as we get a guy up here, he's going to run over here to capture this tower. And now we're going to run him over here.
The siege towers are at the walls. And our men stand ready to take the city with swords and fire.
Awesome. And now we can run for the gate. And we can start moving people down. Oh no, don't be stupid. Alright, they are shooting at us. But I'm just going to ignore that. We've captured the gate. Not doing any damage to them. Alright, I don't think I need to worry about this tower. Yeah, let's go back towards the gatehouse. Back towards the gatehouse. And you guys... Are you up there yet? Yeah, we're basically completely safe here. Now, the thing that's going to be tricky is if they are guarding the gate, right? We're going to have to come down on that gate. So let's actually come down by this tower. Okay, and I think we're going to send these guys. How fatigued are they? They are tired and winded. It might be worth it, though, to run them down just for the purpose of capturing these units. Oh, and I should have used my archers on these towers. I don't think it's going to matter. I don't really think that these guys are going to stick around. Alright, are we engaging them at all? Okay, there is a melee here. We're not going to do great. It's going to be very messy. Alright, yeah, they're winning easily, which is nuts. But, you know, they're fighting very low-tier stuff, which is also tired. Alright, this guy, I think he's getting ready to march. Still have people coming out of the tower. There we go. Alright, I think we're doing okay. Obviously losing a ton of mercenaries. But they're going to be gone pretty soon, I would think. I mean, they're getting some big morale boosts, no doubt, from the king. We're almost going to be in a position to have our skirmishers throw javelins, which is going to be very satisfying. Imagine, too, they're taking some friendly fire. Alright, are they getting involved here? Wow. Yeah, they are. Oh, dang. Alright. Alright, we gotta get our bodyguards in. Alright, I don't think I have time to get my archers up there, really. Alright, I'm going to run the horsemen through. Maybe this is a terrible idea. My thinking is if I can get the horsemen through here and around... Our javelin men are throwing, actually, because they're kind of out of melee. Let's get the spearmen on this side. Alright. My gosh. This is just brutal here. 20 men. Okay, there's the skirmishers. Yeah, this might be one of those bad ideas. Like, we're gonna win, right? We're gonna get the city, but
That the king should disgrace himself so outrageous.
we're really gonna need that reinforcing army to hope to hold this. Okay. We got all these archers still, so they're gonna be helpful. Alright, and the king is actually still alive, which is, you know, doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. Nope. Really don't want that to happen. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Okay, this actually might be nice because we might make them route faster. Alright, beautiful. Okay. We didn't lose our captain here, I don't think. Our secondary family member. So, we got, what is it? Not Caras Nann. A secondary coastal settlement just north of Umbar. That is great. We're going to destroy this. That's going to give us 4,000. And then some more plunder. Oh, a merchant guild. Wow. Alright, we'll keep that. We're getting the benefits from it. We'll keep the financial policy. We'll keep the road camp. All of this is good. Yeah, Grand Market. Yeah, everything here. Everything is good. And now Harad feels a lot more safe. But, of course, there is still the problem of how we're going to hold this. Now, however, we've kind of tipped a little bit in the region. At the beginning of this episode, Harad had 1, 2, 3 cities to my 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4 to my 1. Now we've got 2 to their 3. Now, granted, I can't train anything here either. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and build that. We've got the money for it. Is there any other place that I had destroyed city development or like Dominion? I don't think so. I could, but I think I'm still going to wait. Let's continue to move troops north. Forgot to train another guy. Let's go with another archer. Let's maybe hold off on the footmen.
Forward, moves depleted, mighty lord. Onward,
I don't know what's in the fog of war up here.
orders, move out. Out of moves, great lord.
All right, but at least now everybody can get together. Still no rams here, and 5 seasons left. So we can do that. And there's some mercenary step-out riders. I'm going to do that with my new money from plunder in the west. I'm thinking about this too. I'm going to hold off for now, though. Let's combine. Yeah, I think now we could take on this guy, or at least really plausibly hit that army back. We can't do it just yet, but especially with all of this stuff, we're going to be concentrating our forces here, and then we'll be able to bottle up Khan for good, for real. Yeah, let's actually do another one of these. And I think I would like the Parchereb tribesmen, so let's destroy this fiefdom dominion. And let's just check public order, because they're not going to like that. Okay, actually, this is totally fine. Oh, that's so good. Now, I kind of wish I hadn't destroyed everything I destroyed here. But, you know, it's sometimes what you got to do. Let's do one more turn, and we'll see what the AI is going to do, how Harad is going to respond to this. They could take these forces and hit Akas Anaban. Maybe they've got another little army up there, too. Maybe they'll come and try to concentrate in Caras Nann. They got 4 units in Umbar City, and that is going to be tough to take. So I don't think I can do it with this army. With this one, yeah, probably. But you know what? Is it worth going for tier 2? I think it is. 3 seasons, and then we'll be able to train archers this far west. I think that's kind of a big deal. In addition to cav and swords. Ah, that's great timing. Yazid of Caras Nann. Perfect. All right. Let's get a scout here. Let's get a scout here. That is wonderful news. And we're losing a little bit of cash now because we've got some guys. We've trained some mercenaries. Okay, they moved out 3 of their 4 units. This is very interesting. Okay, it looks like they're not super interested in defending Caras Nann. And in fact, they're coming after Carenbad. Wow, or defending rather. They're not interested in attacking Caras Nann. They've managed to hold out yet again against what looked like overwhelming odds to me. What are you guys bringing? They've got good stuff. Harandor armsmen are great. A couple of family members. Even their footmen are good, but Harandor's just not able to break this. Well, we got some reinforcements up here. It feels like just in time. I guess I may as well, but we're losing money. Let's not train footmen if we're losing cash here. Okay, this army right now is not acting like a threat, so let's ignore it.
Orders, orders, move out. Orders, forward. No more moves, sire. Orders, march. No more moves. Sire, move out. Moves depleted, mighty lord. My liege, march. Out of moves, great lord. Orders.
And let's actually make some of our money back by breaking the siege. All right, now we're not losing. Got another horse archer if I want it. I'm thinking, though, of ignoring this guy. I know this is not smart, but I just don't want to fight another dinky little battle. So as dangerous and potentially stupid as it is, I'm kind of tempted to go east and deal with this army. This is the heir to the High Chieftain. There's, I guess, a bit of a danger in that if I wipe out this faction completely, then Rune is going to come down, right? Because I want to keep Khand as a buffer. And currently, you know, they're only at war with me. They're allied with Rune. So that's perfect, actually. You know, like, I just want them to hang out in Moldin and leave me alone. If I kill this guy, you know, that is a problem. So let's kind of play it cool. We'll gather everybody together. We'll see what they're going to do. The smart thing would be to wipe out this army, but let's leave that for now. And let's see how we're going to play this before we end the episode here. So we don't have a ton of cash, and there's no mercenaries here anyway. These guys haven't really moved. I imagine Harandor's going to make another effort, and Harad's going to go to meet it. If they attack me at Carenbad, I am now a little less concerned about that. We've got a couple of full units of cav. We've got a sword unit. We've got some skirmishers, and we've got some horse archers, in addition to a few footmen. So, you know, even if they bring all of this, you know, obviously archers would be nice, so let's Let's do an archer. But I kind of think... I don't know. I kind of think we could deal with it. Maybe that's hubris, but... In any way, we can't really bring this guy back all that way. I think attacking Athendad here looks like a good move, but on the other hand, these guys could just come hit me, do a lot of damage. I think maybe what I want to do is bring this army over into Umbar city territory. All right, they are training stuff over in Umbar. Let's see what they're bringing here. All right, a couple of swords. No big deal, really. There's the other units. Okay, and it's good stuff. Interesting. So this would be the kind of army I would love to hit. They're going to back off. We're on Umbar territory now. And now they're going to decide, are they going to come back and defend that with all of this stuff? Or are they going to go and turtle up in the city? That might be the smartest move while they bring forces back into the west. All right, what am I going to do here? I'm going to leave that. I'm more interested to see what's going to happen in Umbar. So let's get my troops kind of together so they can all group up, and then we'll smack these guys. Oh shoot, Akasanabon. Ah, why? Oh no. Well, if I lose lug, I lose lug, right? Okay, well, it's good to know they've got other family members. This is just the nobleman, he's not the heir. So let's check our news. All right. Yeah. All right, we're losing money now.
Orders? Onward! Out of moves, great lord. My liege, move out! Out of moves, great lord.
All right, again, he doesn't have a ram or anything. So what I'm thinking about doing is just kind of... Jeez, I guess I should go back to defend Lug, huh? But all of these guys are going to be in danger now. It's archers, footmen, cav. It's just 4 units, so it's not a lot. If it pulls them away from the siege, then I guess it's kind of nice. I can also do both things. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're gradually moving north. What I'm going to do next turn is I can hit this army and then move over to Lug to save it as well, right? I don't need to pick and choose here. This army's got enough movement points that... I mean, that's... Yeah, I can go straight up there. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to queue that up at the moment because I want to look at what's going on in the west. I don't have enough money now to start building Dominion stuff. Alright, but I can move this guy. Alright, they might be sending an army my way, but these Harandor armies are causing them some trouble. Not nearly enough. Jeez. If I hit them, are they going to go into the city or right next to it? This is a big decision because I'm feeling like it's very close. I'm very close to taking Umbar, and that is a big deal, right? You know, you can tell they're not training as much stuff as I was expecting. They are training, but they're not pulling together the big armies that it feels like they could. So obviously going to Umbar would be great. I really don't want to lose Akasanabon, though, because I'm concerned that we're going to lose the Mumikil training grounds. I've got nothing in here. So one option is to pull back, right? Give them like 4 or 5 more seasons to train stuff and see what happens. And that might be the smart move, because I've got 3 family members up in Caras Nann under Elowahabi of the Tribe of the Burning Sands. This is a guy who's, I think, conquered all of this. And it might be nice to put him down here in charge of the siege of Umbar City and see if he can take it while we scramble back here with this more intact army to defend Akasanabon. You know, again, part of me wouldn't mind if if Harad were to exist in for a little while I get this all together before having to fight Harandor. So I think that's what I am going to do. As much as it kind of pains me, let's see how much. This is only 2 seasons of marching. So we can get here. I think I want to get up here. Yep, we're going to do it. And then we're going to have to... we may not be able to do everything I want to do here. Okay, that's actually much better. Wish there were some mercenaries. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to put it under siege. Not quite. But you know what? We're threatening it. And if I'd thought about it, I could have put it under siege with my cavalry and had the infantry show up as reinforcements. But whatever. That's what we're doing. We're getting in position to at least threaten Umbar. I've got some other guys in these little fortresses, but not a big deal. So next episode, we're going to see, you know, what's going to happen here. I imagine we're going to get hit, and the city's going to come out as reinforcements. That's actually good, because we want to fight them in the field, right? We want to kill as many of these guys in the open as possible, long as we've got these cavalry units and these archers. And then the siege of Umbar itself could be just a really basic thing if they've only got 1 unit inside, right? So these guys come back and hit us. Great. The city shows up as garrison. We clean them up, and then we put Umbar under siege. That's the plan. Here, we rescue Akasanabon, and then maybe we move down later to threaten Athendad. Caranbad, we've got troops, right? Not too concerned. Adabara, we're building. And over here, we can set this up as well. I want to hit you. We're going to be able to do that. And we're going to have a fight at the beginning of the next episode that's going to involve some reinforcements on both sides. We've got Uldor of the Tribe of the Golden Banner, so three horse archer units, as well as a dragon guard for the heir, who has a lot of men in his retinue, a couple of cav Variag riders, and a single unit of axemen on foot. Reinforcements are going to include some riders in nomadic watch. Balance of Power likes the battle, so I'm inclined to believe that. And we're going to see how this one goes. I hope you join me for that. Take care until then.